what initially drew me to the program was a combination of things. When I was looking at potential residency programs, there's a couple of criteria that I was looking for. I was looking for a place that had several training sites, including a veterans hospital, a community type of setting, and a university setting, because I felt like it was really important for me to experience all three of those settings in my training. So that was one thing. And then location was really important too. I was looking for a small city, something that wasn't too big but also big enough of a patient base that I would get exposure to a lot of diseases. And then a place that we wanted to live. So Salt Lake met all those criteria. And the University of Utah seemed like an attractive place. I had never been here before I came to interview, and it was one of my first interviews, and I just kind of fell in love with it. I think I would say two things have been the most important to me in the program here. One is the commitment to education. So when I came to interview, I was really impressed at how full the room was at Morning Report and what a great case report it was. And that said to me that the department placed a high priority on education. And I would say that's been true throughout my experience here, that the department does everything possible to make sure that the residents get to conferences and that the conferences are educational and helpful. And that's been really helpful to me. And then the other thing that I think has been most helpful to me personally is just how supportive the department is. I feel like whatever issues residents are having either in their professional life or their personal life, the department is very supportive. So, for example, last fall, the chiefs worked with me to make sure that I could go to my daughter's first day of preschool, and that was something that was really important to me. And they knew that, and they worked to make it happen. So I feel like people are really valued on an individual basis, and whatever problems or concerns I have, I can go to someone, and those concerns will be met. There are so many things I love about Utah and about Salt Lake City. I almost hesitate to tell people all of them because I'm worried that everyone in the country would come here. One of my favorite things, I think, is just the natural beauty here is unsurpassed. The mountains are only 20 minutes away and they're truly breathtaking. I still have only explored a small portion of Utah in my 2 years here, and I feel like I would never run out of places to go and things to see here. My other very favorite thing about Utah and about Salt Lake City is my neighborhood. I live right here in the city in kind of a small neighborhood. It almost feels like a small town, and I know many of my neighbors. It's a very welcoming neighborhood. If you're walking down the street, you're likely to get invited in for a beer or, to meet the neighbors. People are very welcoming, and so it's my idea. I think the idea I always had of the type of neighborhood I wanted to live in. So when I go home from work, to be able to come home to that neighborhood, especially in the summer when people are outside barbecuing, and multiple evenings a week, we'll go over to the neighbors or just spontaneously have a get together. That means a lot to me, just having a sense of community in the place that I live.